Okay. Hey everyone, good afternoon. I am Sargun Singh Narula, the management here head at DSC OIST, and we are back with our second session on Android study jams. Those who missed the first session can look out our first video in our channel. It is there, and can continue with all the concepts and related to Android. Um, but today we will take it forward with our Android head issue, and he will continue the series. This Android study jams is will be a continuous series of at least 3 to 4 videos, and we will take all of the concepts here, cover all the concepts, and just stick with us, and it will be a great journey ahead. So I won't take much of your time as it is in continuation. So you all guys all know our Android head issue, and from here I will give him the opportunity to carry on. So hey Rishu, are you there? Can you listen me?
I am listening. Let's wait for one more minute.
Yeah, sure. So the viewers are getting, the count is getting more, and we will continue. We will start with just a 1 2 minute more, you know, just for everyone to join. So, guys, till the time I will share with you that DSC OST Club has pages on all social media platforms, whether it is LinkedIn, it's Instagram, Facebook. So, guys, go ahead and support our page, like it, share it, and on them you will get the latest updates, whatever we are posting, and we will make more series on various domains like web development and DevOps. You are thinking to start it very soon. So stick with us and just continue. So yeah, I think Rishu, we can start now, right? Uh,
Okay.
like okay,
Okay. Thank you,
are you
Sargun.
ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, okay. So over to Rishu. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sargun, for such an introduction of the event. So we will start. And today we are going to talk about Android Study Jam Session 2. So in session one, we have covered a lot of basic about what is Android Study Jam and how we can start doing code labs and all that. So let's proceed further and let's see what we have learned in session one. So in session one, we have covered something like Kotlin. So Kotlin is an official language of Android app development, and we have covered how to declare classes, how to declare variables, and what are the functions in Kotlin, what are the data types that is available in Kotlin. So we have just covered all the basics of Kotlin, and such as we have also talked about arguments as well as parameters, and have seen how to declare constructors. So we have talked about default constructor as well as uh, we have created a one constructor for us, and we also talked about object and instances. And at the last of the event, we have also discussed how we can download Android Studio on our system, and how we can set up emulators so that we can test our code. So this is something basic about how we have started in session one. And so if you have missed the session one, then go and check out our video in our YouTube channel. So and start from session two. So let's get started and let's get to know what is today's agenda. So and today's agenda will be, we will discover the code labs. So we will just recap our what is Android Study Jam, and we will see how we can do the code labs. Then we will also build a dice roller app, that is you can see this in the screenshot. And we are just going to build this dice roller app in two formats. So first we are going to build this in the code editor, and the after that we will build it in the Android Studio. So at last we will also see how we can continue learning. So we will also see what are the resources for learning Android. So let's proceed further. Okay, so this is a link where you can start Android Study Jam. That is g.co/android/study jams. So you can take the screenshot of this link, or this link is also provided in the description there. So you can also check out there. So this is the link, and this link, wherever you come use this link and come to the page, you will earn a base and that you can add to your developer's profile. So if you do not know what is developer's profile, it's a page. uh, you can navigate to this page, or we can say it's a website. We can navigate to this website by using this link, that is google.dev. And it's a basically a platform where you can show up your developer skills by adding the bases, and bases can be earned by doing the code labs and the pathways. So let me show you something how we can do this. So we can say type in browser google.dev. Okay, so this is the link for where you can build your developer's profile, and you can click on this button, try Google developer's profile, and you can create a developer's profile here. Okay, so this is the page, and you have to sign up here by using your Google account, and you can add your bases here, and you can show up this bases to the other developers or your friends that I have earned a base by doing a code lab. So this is look something like this, and you can navigate to this page by using this link. So I recommend you to build a developer's profile of yourself so that you can add your bases to somewhere securely. Then next thing, that is in Android Study Jam. So basically it's a program that is launched by Android team itself, so that you can learn Android from very basic to some advanced stuffs. So we have two different tracks available in Android Study Jam. So we have new to programming track as well as pure programming experience track. So you can take either of the track according to your situation. So if you are very new to programming and haven't done any app development, then you should start with new to programming. And if you have some basic knowledge about Kotlin, as well as if you are developing Android app for, let's say we have we can you should have 6 months or more experience, then you should start with pure programming experience track. And there we can learn about we learn how we can connect our app to the internet. So basically we'll learn very advanced topics there. And you will also earn a base, so you will earn bases. So this is similar in both the tracks. Also you will earn a certificate signed by the facilitators of the program. So it's only for the pure programming experience track, and not for the new to programming track. But we at a DSC OIST going with the new to programming track because this is just our first event in Android. So let's start. So basically you have to do the pathways, so that is common in both the track. And then you have to take the quiz to pass the pathway, and after that you will earn base that you can add to the developer's profile. So let's see how it works by navigating to Android Study Jam link. And it is this link is also provided in the description, so you can also check out there. So this is the landing page of Android Study Jam, and as I have said, we have two tracks here. So we have new to programming track as well as pure programming experience track, and you can start any of the track according to your situation. So I will start this, that is new to programming track, by clicking on this button, start course. Okay, so in new to programming track we have two units. The first one is basically covers what are the Kotlin basics and how we can develop basic apps in Kotlin. And second one is about layouts, so how layouts work in Android. So to do the code labs, you have to click on this explore button. Okay, so unit 1 has 4 activities. We have covered this basic activities in our session 1, and today we are going to talk about these two activities. So we'll learn today how we can add the basic layout in our app, and at last we will also learn how we can build a dice roller app. So if you do not know how to do code labs, it's very simple. You have to click on this explore button. Okay, so here comes the pathway, and it is a series of code labs as well as videos. So the first is the, as you can see, the first one is the video, and the second one is also a video. And at last, we can see we have two different code labs there. So this is the how we can write Kotlin program. So if you expand this and click on this button, that is take code lab, so it will take you to this page, and basically it's a series of written instructions how we can do the code labs or how we can do the stuffs. So it also covers what are the prerequisites and what you will learn in this and what you will build in this. So you have to just read through this and follow this very seriously, and you have to click on few next buttons, and when it is done you can go back there, and at last you will get the chance to take the quiz, and quizzes are very important to test your skills. So you can take the quiz any number of time, it's not specific, but you should have the basic knowledge, as well as you should have learned all the code lab concepts. And if you got stuck doing this quiz, you can also follow the official documentation. So you can also follow the official documentation of Android as well as official documentation of Kotlin. So this is how it works, and I urge you to do this code lab honestly, so you can get the all the overview about how this work. And so this is just about how to do the code labs. So let's start the today's session and uh, start building our dice roller app. Okay, so let's navigate to this link, that is developers.android.com/training/Kotlin Playground, and this link is also available in description, so you can also check out there. So this is the Kotlin Playground where you can write Kotlin code, and it's just like a online editor where you can write Kotlin code without downloading any additional software for that. So if we click on this play button, it will execute our code, and if we have any errors, it will also show up. So we can, let's say, if we misspelled the print statement, as we can see, we also got error there. So this is very helpful in writing Kotlin code, and we do not have to download any specific id, or we can say code editors for that. Although you can also download we can say, what is the code editor for Kotlin? It's IntelliJ idea. So if you want to write Kotlin code in your system, so by downloading any editors, you can download ID, that is IntelliJ idea for your Kotlin codes. Now, let me talk about what is this main function is. So main function is where your program execution start, and it is almost available in all the um, in every Kotlin program where you can start your code. So let's start it from here. And at first, we have to figure out what is the properties of a dice. So let's say we have a dice. So generally, dice has a side property. So say we have a dice that has a side of 6. Okay, or we can also say faces. Now, this is the way of creating variables in Kotlin, as I have described in the session one. And val is just a not mutable variable, so you cannot change it. And we can also explicitly type it here. That is, it is a type. It is of type int. So we can say colon int. By this, we can say that it is of type int. And so this is the property of a dice. Now the next thing is that we have to figure out that how we can create a randomization in our dice. So if you have played any dice app, or the real dice, you have seen that basically whenever you roll the dice, there comes a random face every time. When the dice rolls, you get the random face. So we have to figure out how we can create a randomization in our program. So for this, we have to first calculate the range of the randomization. So we can say output range, and we can say 1 dot 6. Now this is a special type of syntax in Kotlin, where it is a data type of int range. So we can say this is the data type of int range, as like any other data type, as int, strings, and all that. We have int range data type also available in Kotlin, so that you can also use. And we can also replace this 6 with our faces there. So that is, now this is the range of the output that we get when we dice or roll the dice. And now when we can say random number, and it is output range dot random. So random is a function that is available in Kotlin that you can use to randomize your program. And if you click on this, so let me print this. So we got 5 as a random number, and we can simply say using string interpolation, we can also print that. So we can say random number. So we got random number as 4, and we got random number as 5. So whenever you play this file, you will get a new random number in between 1 and 6, including 1 and 6. So this is the way we can create random numbers in Kotlin. And if you have wondered how I know about it, so I have just followed the Kotlin documentation. And this is a simple way of doing that. So you can also search it on the browser. So we can say how to generate random numbers in Kotlin. And if you search this, you will get a Stack Overflow page that you can click and open that. Okay, so Stack Overflow is a website where you can get all your basic programming worries, or you can say problem solved. And as you can see, we have an example there that has a 426 points, and we can say it's 0. This is how we can create random numbers. So this guy has created a range of 0 to 10 and then call the random function on that. So this is the way of creating random number in Kotlin. And if you got stuck and do not know how to do that, then you can simply search on your browser, and it will get to this Stack Overflow page, and you can simply get the overview of how to create random number in Kotlin. Okay, head back to our browser, that is Kotlin Playground. So this is the way of creating a random number or simple interface of our dice roller app. Now we are going to wrap this into a function, and I will cut this all, and I will say function, and we can call it roll. So I will just wrap this function into wrap this code into a function, and I will simply call by function in the main function. So I have also described how we can create function and how we can create return type function in our session 1. So you can also check out there. Okay, so this works exactly the same as before. Now, next thing that I am going to do is I am going to create a class so that we can create dice of different sites. So let's say to create a class, you can simply write class keyword, and we can say dice followed by curly braces. Now, it should have a property of a dice. So all dice have a property. Let's say they should have a side. We can call it faces. So the dice face that we are going to talk about is 6 for sake of simplicity. And now we will also make a function out of this dice. So we can say function roll, and we can say you can just copy this all, and I will just delete this. Okay. Instead of printing it here, I will return the output of our dice rolled. So to return the output, I will simply say int. So this is the return type of my function. Now, instead of printing it, I will just return it. So I'll return a random number. Okay, so this is how a function with return value works. We have simply created a class and assign a property of it, that is faces. Then we have created a method. So method is simply another word of function that is described inside a class, and property is simply like this. So property is also another name of variables that is associated with a class. So we have created property that is faces, and then the second we have created the method that is role, and it has a return type of int. And then we have created an output range variable, so of type int range, and that is have a range of one dot dot faces. This is how we can create a range in Kotlin. And then we have created a val random number variable, and that is basically generating random number between that range. And at last we are just returning this random number. Okay, I will also create another variable, so that is result. And we can say um, your let's say faces roles. And okay, so this is, we have just used the string interpolation and covered this all. So we can, let's say we have a six-sided dice and it rolls two. So this will we will print this result as a your six-sided dice rolls this. So let me show you how this works. So I will create this roll function here and make an object of this class. So create an object is very simple. You have to simply write val, and let me create an object of dice one and dice. So this is the way of instantiating the object. And as you can see, we do not have described the constructor here, so the default constructor get automatically called, and we can call the, we can print something like is dice one dot result. Okay, so as you can see, we got your six faces dice rolls one. So this is what we have done here by using string interpolation, and we are simply using the result property to print the result of dice one. Now I will make this class more dynamic by adding constructor to it. So to add a constructor is very simple. You have to simply search your class name, and after that you have to add the parenthesis. Then after you have to write which data type you want to add as a constructor properties. So let's say I want to add side, or we can say faces of type int. Then I will delete this all. Okay. Now okay, so if I play this file, it will throw errors on us because we have just added the parameters, but we are not adding the arguments. To add the arguments, simple. We have to simply give the side of this dice. So let's say this dice has a six side. Okay, play this file. As you can see, we have got your six faces dice rolls two. Okay. Now I will create another object of this class. We can say val dice two. And let's say we want to create a dice that has a side, or we can say that has a faces of 20, and we can print this result. Oh, sorry, it's val. Okay, so this get in the same line. I will add a backslash and so that they both get separated. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we got your six faces dice rolls 3 and your 20 faces dice rolls 18. And whenever we play this file, we got a new random number. But for this 20-sided dice, we got a random number between 1 and 20, including 1 and 20. So this works in a more generic manner, and we have just built our dice roller app programmatically, and now we will build this in our Android Studio. So if you get confused about it, how we got this covered, you should know the basics of how to create classes as well as how the functions work. And you can also take the screenshot of this class, or you can say it's this program, to get the complete overview. So okay, um, let's proceed further, and let's build our dice crawler app in Android Studio. So to download Android Studio, you can use your browser, and you can simply write download Android Studio. Okay, there comes a link that is developers.android.com/Android Studio. Sargun, hello,
Yes, Rishu.
is everything going fine?
Yeah, everything's going nice.
Okay, thank you. So you can use this link that is developers Android Studio. That is developers.android.com/Android Studio. So click on this link. Okay, so you will get a big green button that will say download Android Studio. You have to click on that, and then after you have to accept a few terms and conditions. So click on that, and now you will get different download button for different operating system you are using. So if you are using Windows, you will get download Android Studio for Windows, and if you are using on this on Mac, so you will get a download Android Studio for Mac, and if you are using for Linux, you can get a similar button for that. So you have to simply click on any button according to yourself, and it will automatically detect your operating system. So I will not going to download it here because it's just of 877 MB, so it's pretty huge file. Also we have to download all the additional steps. So whenever you um, get the download complete and you click on the downloaded folder, so that is downloaded file. So if you're working on Mac, it will download DMG file. If you're working on Windows, it will download exe file and such that. So you have to simply click on that file, and there comes a setup wizard. You have to simply click on a few next buttons. Also, it will also download some additional stuffs for working of Android Studio, so you have to wait for that. And if you have completed the installation, then you can open this by finding your where you have downloaded it. Okay, so this is the first screen that you will see whenever you download the Android Studio, and let's wait for that. Okay, now we will get different options for whenever we this screen pop up, and we can create a new project, and we can open an existing project, and we can also check out our project from GitHub. So that is from Git, and this link is not given to you because I think you should not have the um, Flutter plugins. So this link is just an optional, but we will start with create a new project here by clicking on this. Now here we will get different sorts of activities. Activity simply means in Android is a screen. So let's say if you want to have an login screen, you can go for this login activity. If you want to use maps in your app, you can go with this map activity, and there are different sorts of activities available here. So you can choose according to your configurations. Also, we've got different sorts of activities for different types of devices. So you can also click on this Wear OS, and you will get different sorts of devices. And then for this is also we have activity available for the Android TV, automotive, and then Android things also. So but we are today going with phone and tablet. So now this is we are going with empty activity, and this empty activity is default selected. So you simply have to click on this next button, and now you have to name the project that you are creating. So we are just creating dice dollar app. Okay, now there is a section of package name, and package name are basically a unique name that is uniquely identified in the app stores. So whenever we talk about Android, it's the Play Store. So it's a unique package name, and generally developers use their domain for the package name. And if you do not have any domain, you can simply go for the that is default selected, that is com.example, or you can simply override example with your name if you are doing this in your local system. But if you want to deploy your app to the app store, you should use something unique, and that is very specific in the end play store. So we'll not change that. We will just go with example there. And now I will just this is a section that will say where you want to save your project. So you can choose your desired location by clicking on this file button, that is file icon. And you can simply select where you want to store your project. So if you want to store your project on desktop, simply select that. Okay, so I will create my project in my desktop. Then after there's a section that will say which language we want to use as your app development. So we can create Android apps with Java as well as Kotlin. A few years ago, Java was the official language for Android app development, but now Kotlin is the official language, and we are going with Kotlin. So we will select Kotlin, and now we will get which is the minimum SDK version for which your app will run. So you can also select that. We are going with Android 19, that is API 19, Android KitKat. And we'll got different sorts of operating systems. So we got the latest Android R, that is 11, and then Oreo, Nougat, and all that. And if you are just confused you have to choose, you can click on this help me choose link, and it will take you to this page. So it will cover all the Android versions of that is available. So you can go with the Jelly Bean and Android 10, Android 11, and all that. There's also section here that will say if you choose that Android version, on what number of devices will support your app. So you can see if we select Jelly Bean, we can run our app on the 99.8% of the devices. And if we select Android 10, we can run our app on 8.2 percent of devices, that is available Android devices. So choose wisely according to that. We are just in the middle, so we are just going for the KitKat, and we can run our app on the 98% of devices. So this is what you can explore. And if your project configuration has done, then you can click on this finish button to finish the project setup. So if you are creating your project for the first time, it will take some time. So let's wait for that. Okay, so as you can see in the bottom there, that is what is the status of our project. So as you can see, scanning files to index. Okay, now as you can see this left corner here, so this left corner is the project pane. This left corner is the project pane, and you will get different views according to that. So you can choose the, so let's wait for that, it is not yet completed. It generally take time up to 2 to 5 minutes, so you have to wait for that. And you can see the status down below. So it's Gradle is building our project. Gradle is used to build our project as well as install our project on our different devices. Okay, so it will open now. So this is the project pane where you can navigate to different structures of project on your app. So let's say if you click on this project tab, so this is the project tab. If you click on this packages tab, you can see different packages that is it created. Then if you click on this project file, so different types of files there. And this is if you click on this project file, this is how your project is located on your file system, that is in your desktop. Okay, done. We will go for the Android tab here. Okay, so it is project configuration is finished just now. Now we have different folders here in this Android tab. So let me close this all. So in app folder, we get three different types of folder. That is, we got manifest file, we got Java files, we got resources file. So let's see how these files are structured and what this means. So if we open the manifest file, so we got the Android manifest.xml file, and XML is just an extension for extensionable markup language. It's just like HTML. HTML is just also a markup language. So, but it is used in apps. So we can talk about this. We can say that this manifest file will include all of our project configurations, as well as if we have any specific permissions that we want to include in our app, we can use this by using the Android manifest file. So let's say we want to add the permission of internet in our app, or let's say we want to add the permission of location in our app. So we can add that here in our manifest file. So it just has all the configurations as well as app permissions that we want to use in our app. So let me close this and let me open the Java folder. Java folder is where we found our Kotlin files. So if you open the first folder in the Java folder, we got our main activity.kt file, and this is kt is just extension for Kotlin. So this is where we can write our all business logic for the app. So this is where it located in the Java folder, and the first folder, first package. So this is the package name of your folder. So we can say com example.dice roller is my package name. And if you expand the so let me close this, we do not need this now. Now if we expand the resources folder, that is rest folder, we got to know about drawable folders. So these are two drawables that is included in our file. So let's say if you want to use a image in your app, that is external image, that image are added to this drawable folder. Then we got our layout folder here, where we can find Android main.xml file. So this is where our we can design our XML, that is we can design our app. And this is the page where we can add the user interface of our app. Okay, so let me close this drawable and they are fine. Now, what is the Mipmap folder? Mipmap folder is folder where we can add the icons for our app. So that is the app icon that will that the users saw whenever they want to open the app. So Mipmap has different collections of icons. As you can see, we got the collection of HDPI. So different sizes of icons are available here. And if you want to add a new icon, we can add it here. So this is it for about Mipmap. Let me close this. Now we are going to talk about what are the values. So in values, we will find two different XML files. First one is colors.xml file, and second one is string.xml file. So colors.xml file will include all the colors that we want to use in our app, and we got string.xml file, and it will include all the strings that we want to use in our apps. As you can see, our app name is a dice or roller, so it's also in a string. If we want to, if we add more strings in our app, Android Studio automatically add a string a tag here and add the string value here, something like this. So this is it for the string. Then when we go to the themes folder, we got different themes. So we got light theme as well as we got the night theme. So if you want to add a theming to your app, you can add the themes in this folder. Okay, so resources folder is just like just for designing or adding the layouts to your app, and Java folder is for coding part, and manifest folder is for just adding some configuration files as well as app permissions. Then if we explore the Gradle scripts file, it's just for building your project and running your app on your devices. And if you want to deploy your app to the Play Stores, this Gradle script will be used to for the app signing. App signing basically means that this app basically belong to this specific user, and no one has ability to add or update the app, so or change to update the app. So basically Gradle scripts are just for building as well as running your project. As I've seen in the status tab here, so it's status bar here, and that is Gradle is doing all this behind the scenes, that is in building the stuffs and collecting the resources. So this is about the project pane. If you come to the left corner here, so left here, we can see we got the to do tab. To do is basically if we add a to do in our file, we got all the to dos in the same in this file. We can simply navigate to that. And if you do not know about to dos is basically used to add um, basically a remark that I want to add a specific feature, but later, not today. So to dos are basically used for that. Then we also got integrated terminal and that we can use. So terminal is basically a command prompt that we can use if you have any terminal part that we want to include in our project. Then we also got build here, so it will basically include all the what is how our project is building and what is running behind the scenes. We also got logcat, so if you got errors, we can see our logcat here. We also got profiler, so profiler is used to how our app is working. So and then the database inspector, if you're using any database, we can see data here. Okay, so let me close this and let me close this all. So this is basically the basic tour of this Android Studio. Okay, so I will go to this Java folder and expand my first folder and get my main activity.kt file. Let me close this and I will go for the resources folder and the layout folder, and I will grab my activity main.xml file. Let me have some more space. Okay, so these are the two files that we will use today in building our dice roller app. And this main activity.xml file is used to adding the layout, and this main activity.kt file is used to adding the business logic. Okay, now these two files get connected with each other by using layout inflation. So it's a term that Android uses to connect these both things that so that they can work together. Okay, now as you can see, we got a hello world on our screen. Okay, everything that we laid in our activity is basically a screen in Android. So everything that we laid on our screen are called views. So we have different types of views that is available. We have as you can see, we got button view, we got image view. So as the name suggests, for button we will use button view, for the image we will use image view, and for all that, so we have got different types of views. So for the text there are different types of views. For buttons we got different types of button, and for visits we got different types of visits. So you can also use that. And if you find if you know any of the views, you can also search it here. Okay, now how we can run this app on our devices and see how it looks. So for this, I have also described it how we can create virtual devices. Let me give you a quick overview. So to create a virtual device, you have to click on this AVD manager, that is little icon here, AVD manager, and you can also search AVD manager here in this code in this tools menu. So go to the tools menu and search for the AVD manager. AVD stand for Android Virtual Device. So click on that. And now here we'll get the option to create a virtual device. So to create a virtual device, very simple. You have to click on this create a virtual device. And now we will get different sorts of virtual devices. So we have different virtual devices for TV, for Wear OS, for tablet and automotive, all that. So we are just going for phone today, and please select the device that has a little Play Store icon, so that you will get all the Google support and all that. So I will select my Pixel, a little Pixel device that has a play icon, and I will click on this next button. Okay, now we will get an option to create a system image. So system images are basically the Android version on which your Android that is on which your virtual device will work on. So you simply have to download any of the virtual image, system image, and then you can get the option to select that. I will I have downloaded down Oreo version, so I will simply select that and click on next. Now we will get an option to change the name of this device. You can get the option to change the orientation. So what is the startup orientation of this device, either the landscape or the portrait. Then you can if you have a graphics card in your system, then you will get the to change the graphics card to be use your graphics card and all that. So if you do not know about that, then it's very simple. go with default settings and click on this finish. So it will create a virtual device for you. As you can see, we got our new virtual device, that is Pixel API 27 device, and we can open this device by clicking on this play button. So to launch a new virtual device, you have to simply click on this play button. And I have a new old, we have a, I have an old device, that is a Pixel 3a device that I can use. But today I'm not going to use any of the virtual devices. Today I'm going to use real devices. So let me delete this. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, so today I am going to use my real devices, and using real devices is also very easy. You should have an Android device as well as you should have a USB cable. So you should connect your USB cable to your Android device. So I am just connecting my device here. Okay, now it's very simple. You have to first go for the developers option. So let me do this. Okay, so this is my real devices, and we can use you can use any of your real devices, that is Android devices, for your projects. And basically real devices work much faster than virtual devices. That's why I am planned to use my real devices. So to connect a real device is very simple. You have to connect it with your USB cable, and after that you should go to your settings menu here, and after that you should find about phone, and after that there comes a build number. So this is generally appears on the last of this view, and you can simply tap on this build number 7 or 8 times. So, and at last you will get you are now a developer. So I have already done that, that's why I am getting no need, you are already a developer. So you have to click on this 7 or 8 times to get the developers option on your device. And if you done that, then you will see a developers option in the system setting here. So if you scroll down, you will get a developers option. You simply have to open that developers option, and it's on, as you can see. And you can, if you scroll down, there comes a USB debugging. So you have to simply on that USB debugging, and then all things are that completely configured. So you can simply use your real devices in this step. But if you are using this device, if you are using Windows, then you have to download USB drivers for that. And so basically this is the page where it says how to install USB drivers. So we get different links for different devices, as you can see. This is only for Windows. If you're using Mac, then the process that I have described, it's done, and we can use our real devices for that. But if you are using Windows, then you can get the options for downloading USB driver. So we have drivers for different devices. You can select your device and download a driver for that. This link is also given in the description, so you can also check out there. Okay, so head back to our Android Studio, and let's start. If your device get connected, you can see it here, as we can see our devices here, and you can run your app on the real devices by clicking on this run button. So I will run this in my real device, and you can see in the status tab there that is Gradle is building our project. One thing you can say that I want to say that if you want to see your app on your desktop, that is in your laptop, you can use this very cool software, that is Visor, that I am using, and it is available for all the different platforms. So whether you're using Windows or Mac, it is available for that. So you can also use your Visor software to view your screen on your um, desktop. So that is mobile screen or desktop. So you can also do that. Let's wait till the installation is complete. So if you're installing for the first time, it generally take time. So you have to wait for that. Okay. So as you can see, we got our app up and running, and this is simply a Hello World app. I will simply get rid of my dark mode here, so you can easily see that. Okay. So you can see that we got our Hello World app up and running, and this is my real device. So now let me talk about this view, that is Hello World, and it is a text view. So all the views have different attributes associated with it. So we got an ID. So all the views has a specific ID, so you can see it here. Then all, if you are talking about text view, we have attributes such as text. What is the font family of my text? What is the text size? So let me increase this text size to, let's say, 24. And if we play our file again by clicking on this button, that is little icon, it will again build my project. And okay, so as you can see, our text size get enlarged. So this is the way, so that you can access the attribute of this all this views. So we can see we have text alignment, we have text color, we can set the text size and all that. So we have different attributes available here, and you can also search for the attribute in this by clicking on this search button. By clicking on this search button. Okay. Now what we're going to do here, we will start building our dice roller app. Now, if you open the main activity.kt file, it will look something like this. And it's just like the main function that you see in the Kotlin file. We have the onCreate function that is triggered every time we run our app. So in the onCreate function, we will simply write something, that is, we will say val, um, we can say result text is equal to of type. So we have to include the type of that view. So we can say it is of type text view. And as you can see, whenever I type the type, we got a new import here. That is a new import of this class, that is text view. And we can say find view by ID. And we can search for the ID. It is r.id, that is text view. And this ID is not found, so I have to add the ID. And you can add the ID here, that is in this attribute section, or you can just go for the code part. So we have two different views available in this manifest file, so it is in XML file. So we have design view, we have the code view also, and we can also split that. So see the two different views. So whenever we go to code view, I will add the ID for that. So to add ID, simply write ID, and if you want to suggest that, and I'm going to add is text view. Done. Let's head back to our Kotlin file, and as you can see, so this is the way of finding your views in your file. So I have simply associated it with a variable. So I have written val result text of type text view, and I have searched for that text view by using the ID, by using find view by ID r.id text view. Now I will set that text view to something else. So we can say result text dot text. So we are accessing the text attribute of that result text, and we can assign it to, let's say, hello Android. Okay, clear the file. Okay, so as you can see, we got hello Android printer on the screen. So that's very great. Now I will use that same randomization in our app. So for that, I will simply um, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button to our app. So to add a button, we'll simply go to the design view and we will add a button here. So you can search it here or you can also search it here. So we can, to add any view in your app, you can simply search for it and just drag and drop there. So I will just simply drag the our button view. Okay, and now we have to add the constraint to this view. So constraint are basically how this view get assigned to our app, or how this view is layout to our app. So what is the position of this view? So to add the position, you can simply you like this. So you have to click on this and we can simply align it to the right. Then click on this, we can simply align to the left, and this is, in this way it is centrally horizontal. Now add upper constraint here. So in this way it is get aligned to that hello world text, and in this way we get our alignment working. Okay, now I will change the button attribute, something like we will change the text of this button. So let's say we will say roll. Okay, now let's head back to the main active.kt file, and now we will say val uh, button. We can say a roll button. This is just like variable that is used to access the view of type button, and it is equal to find view by id r dot id dot button. Okay, so we have accessed our button, and we can say roll button dot set on click listener. So on click listener is just a function that is available associated with buttons, and on this, like the name suggested, it basically used to, it basically listen to every click of the button. And we can say result text dot text equal to button, and I will just comment this out and play our file. Okay, so let's click on this button, and we got button click appear on the screen. So as you can see, our set on click listener function get executed, and in this way we can start creating our and dice roller app. So the next thing that we want to do is to add the same logic of that randomization. So let me delete this, and now it's time to add the logic. So we'll say val side, let's say faces equal to 6, and now we'll say val random, sorry, range. So the range should be 1 dot dot faces. Now we can say val output, we can also say random output. Random output is equal to range dot random. Okay, so we have created randomization in our app, just like we have done in our Kotlin file. So Kotlin program simply created a face, that is a dice face, and the range of the output, and then the random output. And then I will simply say um, result text is equal to random output. Two strings of sorry, but two string result text dot text. Okay, so we got this is simple. We have just set it our text that is result text to the random output, and then we have just changed to that string. So to string is a function that is available there that we can use. And whenever let's play this file. Okay, so at first we got hello world, and if we roll the button, we got the random number. We click on this again, we got a new random number. If we click on this again, we got a new random number. Okay, what happened? Okay, so we got a new random number every time we click the button. So this is how we can start coding our dice roller app. But this is not very visible to us or not very attractive to us. So for this, we will add. Um, let me do something here. I will just extract my this function and make a separate function out there. So we can say function role. Okay, and we will call this role function here in our button click, that is set on click selectioner, and result text is not accessible here, so we will just delete this, cut this here and put it here. It's simple. We have created a function that is role, and we are calling this function in this set on click listener, and it is exactly the same thing that we have done earlier. Now, it's time to add some images to our app. To add images, it's very simple. You have to click on this resource manager tab that is on the left there, upper left, and you have to click on this resource manager. Then you have to click on this plus icon, and then click on this import drawables. So import drawables basically means adding images from outside this project. So simple, it's simple. You have to click on this resource manager, then click on this plus button, and then click on this import drawables. If you click on this, you will get the option where you have stored your drawables. So let's say I have stored my drawables in my download folder, and that is dice images, and this is the 6 faces of dice that I will use in our app. And you will just and you have to just select this all and click on this open. Now this images can be downloaded by the link in the description. So we have also included the link, a download link of this dice images. Also we will get the dice image download link in some of the code labs, so it is also included there. You can also check out there. So click on this next button and import the images. Okay, so we got our dice images. If you want to see this, this is the dice one image. So the that is displaying one. If you click on this dice two image, you have to click on, we got a dice two. So it's very simple. We have to simply somehow figure out how we can see display these images according to our random number. So for this, let's head back to our layout file, and let me get rid of this. And instead of using text view, we will use image view now. So to delete this image view, that is text view, you have to simply right click on that, or you can simply use command enter, sorry, command delete. In Mac or in Windows, you can use control backspace to delete this file. That is delete this view. So I will simply right click on that, and there's a delete option there. I will select that, and I will delete that hello world. Okay, so it's not deleted now. I will simply deleted this image view, that is this text view, and I will add uh, image view here. So I will select, I will simply search for image view. So you can see we got our image view here, and simply drag and drop your image view. Okay. Okay, so now we have to add the constraint to this image view. For this, we can simply use that we have seen earlier, and you can add the constraint something in this way. Okay, so this image is now center horizontal, and now I will add its constraint by using this constraint visit. So we can also use that to add the constraint, or we can use that also. So lay out your views according to yourself. So wherever you want to position your layout, and after that, I will go back to the code view, and as you can see, okay, what is wrong with this? So we not got bottom layout. Okay, so we got our image as well as button there. Let's head back to the code part and add the button below the image view. So I will cut this out and I will add somewhere here. Okay, nice. Now we got our image as well as our button there. Let's head back to our Kotlin file, and we can say we do not have any access to result that is text view. So I will just delete this text view. Okay, and now in similar manner, in we will just find a view to our image view. So we can say val image. So we can say dice image of type image view is equal to find view by id r dot id dot image view. Okay, we got access to our image view, and now we can say let's set our image view to say, let's say dice image dot set image resource. So it's a method available here, and there we have to pass the image resource. So we can say r dot drawable. So drawable, we are accessing the drawable folder of our file, and we can say dice1. Play this file. Okay, click on this roll button. As you can see, we got our dice image, but it is just very big, so we have to just resize our image. So let me resize it to, let's say, um, by clicking on this image view, I will resize it to 200 dp. So I will go to this layout width, and dp is just um, um, dp is just like measuring unit in Android system. So we can say 200 dp. That is the I want a square image. And now if I click on this, okay, so if you click on this roll button, we got our dice one image, but we want this image to be layout according to the random number that we have generated. So for this, we can use our if else statement to that will work for us. So we will say if um, random number, so that is random output, is equal to 1. So it's equal to 1. So if this random output is equal to 1, we will display our dice1 image. Okay, now else if random output is equal to 2, we will display our dice2 image, and so on. So we'll add another if else there. So else if random output is equal to 3, we will display dice 3 image. So I can simply copy this if statement and paste it here. Again, so 3, we got 3, 4, 5, and at last we will search for else. 5, we got 4, we got 5, and at last we can say simply else six. So we have just created a bunch of if else statements, and we have seen that if random number is equal to 1, we will display our dice 1 image. If random output is 2, we will display our dice 2 image, and so on. And at last we have written that else. So at last we have simply one dice image left. So in other conditions, we will simply display our dice 6 image. We have a file. Okay, so just click on this roll. We got 2, that is our random number is 2. We got 6, we got 2 again, we got 3, we got 4, and so on. So this is the way you can create random numbers as well as display different dice images according to that random number. But as you can see, we have used a bunch of if else statement, and I have read somewhere that if you are using if else statement for more than 2 or 3 times, then you should use switch. So switch is just another type and for creating conditions. So it's just like conditional expressions, and there is no switch available in Kotlin. So instead of switch, we have when statement, and we can say when. To create a when statement, simply you have to write when, and we can say random output is equal to 1 is sorry if is equal to okay sorry we have to simply add the condition here, and we can say if it is equal to 1, I will display this, that is dice 1 image. If it is equal to 2, we will display dice 2 image. So this is the way of adding a when statement in Kotlin, and this all ways are given in the Kotlin documentation. You can follow that, and you can learn more about when statement, how this when statement work, and how it is different from if else. So I will simply copy this few more times. So if it's 3, we got 4, we got 5, and else for the 6, and I will simply write 6 here, write 4 here, 5. Okay. And now this if else statement is no need, so I'll just delete this, and this way we just sort in our code. So now we have created a when statement and put it and our random output there, and according to random output, so if we got 1, we will display our dice 1 image. If it got 2, we will display dice 2 image, and so on. So let's see, we do not break our code by adding the when statement. Till then it is running, I will add another thing here. So I will add a toast to our file so that we get the complete that we got this random number, and we are displaying this image here. So click on this, we got 1, click on this, we got 6, so in order. Okay, now I will also display a toast. A toast is basically just like a small message. If you seen that if you have successfully logged into your app, it will give you a message that logged in, and if you sign out, it will display a message that is sign out. So toast is basically used to give a message to a user. So let's say to create toast, you have to write the toast keyword, and then you have to write make text then we have to access the context. So it takes context. So for the context, we are using this app context, and then we have to write the message. So we can say a random number is random output. So this is the message part, and then you have to write what is the length of this toast. So we can say toast dot length short. You can also go for the length long. So we are now using length short here. So this toast message will be for the short duration, and we can say so. Okay, so this toast message will show what is the random number value, and this then statement will display the dice image. Nice. So let me just reformat my code. To reformat your code is very simple. You have to select this all and go to this code menu, and there's a reformat code option here. So you have to click on this reformat code. Also, you can go for this key binding. So you can also use this key binding for your code reformatting. Simply add this, and as you can see, our code gets a lot more formatted. Okay. So one thing I want to add that if you hover over this, that is, we have a squiggly line on this role function, and this says make role private. We should make our role private function because it will not access by any other classes and all that. So make this function private. It will not change our code, and play the file. So the session 2 is about the end, and here we have discovered a lot more about how to create a dice roller app and all that. So we got 6, and we got the 6 dice image appear on the screen. If you click again, we got 2, and 2 dice image appear on the screen. So just we have got the message as well as we got the image also. So toast is very helpful. You can also use that. Then we have just completed our dice roller app, and so this is all about session 2. In session 3 we are going to talk about how we can add more custom layouts in our app. Also, we are going to talk about how to add a themes as well as how we can add app icons in our app. So stick to that. We will have another session soon. So I think it's over now. So let's head back to our slides, and we have seen by doing the code labs we will earn basis. We have also discovered how we can set up the Android Studio in our system, and we have also got to know about what is Android emulators. So emulators basically is virtual devices, how we can set up that. Today we are just use our real devices. Real devices is basically much faster than virtual devices. So the resources for continual learning is that you should follow the Android official developer site, that is developers.android.com. You can also follow the Kotlin documentation by following the link that is given here. And if you're interested more in the Android world, you can also follow developers blog. So it have a developers blog different. Then you should also follow the Medium blog. Medium is just a very nice place to learn anything related to development you want. Then Android also has YouTube channel. There they basically post different stuffs about Android and how to develop apps in Android. So you can also follow that. So if you're just interested in these terms, you can just click. You can just take the screenshot of these links, and okay. So over to you, Sargun. Hello.
Well, that was a really very crisp and deep explanation about Android and Kotlin, its related key concepts. So, thanks to you, Rishu. For our viewers, I would like to remind that this is only the second session, but we will have more such upcoming great sessions. So stay tuned for them, and it will be a blast. I will trust me on that. Well, guys, I want to say that New Year week is up, and to wish you all, we have brought up two newer gifts, and we hope you like our gifts a lot. The first one is DSC OIST has now its own Android app available on Play Store. So get it installed ASAP and grab out for all the technical stuff we have provided there. We have lectures and a number of links to great resources. So check them out and do leave us a comment. You whether you liked it or not, we will have discussion on that too. And the second reason, especially for all our web development geeks, and that is we are very soon bringing up a new series on web development by Shashank Gupta. He is our domain head of web, and the series will cover every single topic required to get on a journey from beginner to expert, right? And you know it will also be a blast. So you just have to sit back and learn live. DSC is always there to help you out at each point. So I think you will love our gifts, and a happy new year in advance. So guys, please follow our pages on Instagram and LinkedIn, Facebook, subscribe our channel, share our videos. You can reach out to us on Telegram. We have their channel. I have channels on that too. You can follow the official page of DSC, and links will be in the description. Do check it out. And for now, we are wrapping up, but we will have a small Q&A session for a couple of minutes. If you guys have any queries and related to Android, Kotlin, or whatever we have learned till now, do remind guys, gentle reminder that this is not the end session. We will have more such sessions. So whether you have doubts here, or you can post them in the comments or in next sessions, we will have them there too. But whatever you have, you can drop them in the chat, and we are having a look there. If you have, the answer will be given now. So I'm having a look, but yeah, somebody have asked, what more are you going to cover in other sessions? Well, Shubham, as I told, we are getting a new web series. Sorry, we are getting a new series on web development, and for this Android, I think Rishu will be more uh, proper person to tell you what will be covered in the next sessions. But
So we will have two more session on Android. So that is Android specific jam. That is Android study jam, and then we'll figure out what we have to cover in future. So let be on future.
okay, any more questions? Well, guys, Android app is there also. Get it installed. All the notifications related to us, related to events, live events, discussions, and will be, you will get a ping on that. So install it and give us a review, a nice review, I would say, on Play Store, so that many people can have the. Um I think there's no more questions.
Okay, so we should wrap
So
up. And
yeah,
thank you and happy New Year.
thank you everyone. Have a happy new year ahead. So tata, bye bye, and
Bye bye.
signing off. Okay.